Welcome to this Wonder Ventures, where we try to figure out the wonders all around. And how are you today? Well, I'm perplexed. That means I'm puzzled about something, or as usual, I'm wondering about something. Before we get started, here is a message for teachers, parents, and you. Be sure to stop the videos so that you can give yourself time to think, discuss, share, and think some more. Feel free to stop and rewind the videos as often as you like. Also, be sure to check out ezstem.com for more teaching and learning ideas for this wonder venture. We have had a very cold and snowy February this year, and that is what has me perplexed. I'm wondering, how do animals survive during the cold winter months? Have you ever wondered about that? Yeah, I know. We are lucky to have warm homes and apartments that we can go into even on the worst weather days. But animals, they don't seem to have that same advantage. Let's start by thinking about animals that live in our neighborhoods. Take some time and make a list of animals that you think live nearby your home. Create your list and then share it either with your shoulder partners if you're in a classroom or in a breakout room for distance learning. When you shared your lists, did you see any similar animals? What about surprising animals that you didn't think about? Did you have examples of animals that fit into different groupings? Maybe like mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish? These groups are all part of a larger grouping called vertebrates. Do you know why they are called vertebrates? Yes, because they all have backbones. On your lists, did you think of any animals that are not vertebrates? How about spiders, snails, worms, bees, and butterflies, to name a few? These animals do not have backbones. So what do you think they are called? That's right, invertebrates. The in part of the word is a prefix and it means not. So an invertebrate means an animal that does not have a backbone or it lacks a backbone. So now let's think about the animals that we've come up with on our lists and how they deal with winter. More specifically, what do they do in the cold winter months? To get started, let's examine my list of vertebrates. I live in New York State, right about here. So you can see I have some wooded areas, grassy areas, a pond, and even a stream. This list isn't all of the vertebrates that live on my property, but it gives you an idea of what I might find living nearby me. Do you know which groups these animals belong to? Okay, compare and try to classify or group them. Now take a look at my list. Which animals do you think I will not see during the cold, wintry months? Bears, groundhogs, hummingbirds, turtles, snakes, catfish, minnow, frogs, and salamanders. You are right, but I wonder why I don't see them in the winter. Where are they, and what are they doing? Let's focus in on two of these animals for this investigation, the bear and the turtle. In Wonder Ventures 2, 3, and 4, we will examine other animals from this list. Be sure to come back so that you can learn about how these animals deal with winter. I see bears and turtles often during the spring, the summer, and even in the fall or autumn seasons, but I do not see them very often during the winter. So where are they? And how are they surviving the cold months? So the answer to that big question is, where do bears go in the winter months? They find a place called a den and they go to sleep. Here's a word alert for you. We call this hibernation. Hibernation is how certain animals deal with cold climates. They go into an inactive or dormant state. There are all different kinds and levels of hibernation. Some animals will actually sleep as much as 2/3 of a year. That means they'll be sleeping for about 240 days out of a 365-day year. That is a lot of sleeping. Bears hibernate by lowering their body temperature from 100 degrees down to 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Their heart rate slows down from 40 to 50 beats per minute all the way down to 10 to 20 beats per minute. They breathe less. They don't eat or drink or defecate or urinate. That means they don't go to the bathroom during this whole time. Sometimes bears will actually wake up during the winter months if the temperature is warm enough for a few days. So here's some good advice. Don't wake up a sleeping bear. So what about the turtles? Where do they go? Well, in some ways, turtles are similar to bears. They also will find a place to sleep for the cold months. Many turtles will dig into the muddy bottom of a pond and they will hibernate. They can lower their heart rate and breathing too. They don't eat, and some of them won't even take a breath for up to 100 days. They can survive with their body temperature just slightly above freezing. That's 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew, that's cold. Cool fact alert, some hibernating turtles will breathe through their rear end. They have a special way to breathe through an opening in their back end. Well, that's some way to handle a breathing issue. Butt breathing? Let's try a scientific comparison of the bear and the turtle using either a Venn diagram or a double bubble thinking map. Scientists will often compare animals so that they can understand special features and behaviors. Be sure to share your thinking maps with your classmates. Here's my Venn diagram for bears and turtles. Yes, bears and turtles share some of the same features and behaviors, but not all of them. Are you ready for an activity? We are not able to control our breathing and our body temperature or heart rate the same way that bears and turtles do, so we can't hibernate during the cold winter months. Although sometimes I think that sounds like a great idea. Just wake up when it's springtime. Let's examine how our heart rate responds to actions. We're going to start by finding our pulse, either in your neck or in your wrist. Then find a clock that has a second hand. Practice taking your pulse a few times for 30 seconds. This is going to be our resting heart rate. Go ahead and record this information. Now it's time to do some exercises. How about trying 25 jumping jacks? Then immediately take your pulse again for 30 seconds and write down this number. What did you notice? What happened? Did you notice anything else about your body? Are you breathing more quickly? Is your body a little warmer? Are you a little sweaty? Wait for about 2 minutes and then take your pulse again. Where is it now? What happened to your breathing? Are you still as sweaty? Try this activity again with new exercises or different lengths of time. Record your pulse rates. Look for patterns. What do you notice? Try this with maybe your classmates or family members. Collect a lot of data to compare what happens when you are active and when you are resting. Real world science connection. Scientists are studying how animals can control their body temperature, breathing, and heart rate to see if it could help when people explore places far away, like Mars or other planets. How do you think this would help? Want to find out more about hibernating astronauts? Check out the resource listed at the end of this episode, or check out ezstem.com for more resources and ideas. Well, that's all the time we have today for this Wonder Ventures. Remember to keep your eyes open, always looking for the wonders all around you. And be sure to come back for parts 2, 3, and 4 of this Animals in Winter Wonder Ventures. See you next time.